the rise and the ruin. Civilizations are among the greatest stories ever told. They rise from dust, from hunger, from chaos, and through courage and brilliance they carve their names into the world. And yet, every one of them collapses. The mighty fall, the glorious fade, the immortal become forgotten. Egypt, Rome, the Maya, Song China, Persia, Mali, thousands of cities, millions of people, all of them burning with ambition, all of them destined to crumble. Why? Why does humanity build worlds destined to break? Why do civilizations rise so high, only to collapse under the weight of their own creation? This is the story of our greatest triumphs and our oldest warning. The pattern. Written across time. 1. The spark. How civilizations begin. Every civilization begins with a wound, an emptiness, a need, a hunger, a river to tame, a desert to survive, a mountain to cross, a threat to escape. The first fires of a people are lit by pressure, struggle, vulnerability. The Egyptians rose from the Nile's unpredictable floods. Mesopotamia was born between two rivers that gave life and took it away. Athens grew from rocky land that forced its people to think, trade, innovate. China's earliest dynasties formed to organize floods, famine, and chaos. Necessity is the mother of civilization, but pressure alone is not enough. Something else is required. Belief, a shared story, a shared purpose, a shared dream. Civilizations rise when people stop living as isolated tribes and begin living as one we. 2. The ascent, when people build worlds larger than themselves. As the shared dream grows, something extraordinary happens. Cooperation expands, creativity accelerates, and innovation explodes. Irrigation, writing, laws, trade, architecture, philosophy. Suddenly, humans are capable of things no single person could ever achieve. Think of the Greeks building democracy, the Persians connecting 3 continents with roadways, the Romans constructing an empire of stone and law, the Mali Empire mastering gold and global trade, the Chinese Song dynasty inventing gunpowder, the compass, and movable type. At the height of their ascent, civilizations become almost unstoppable, not because of their armies, but because of their imagination. This is the Golden Age, when a society's best qualities rise to the surface and its people begin to believe that the story will last forever. But Golden Ages carry a shadow, and that shadow always grows. 3. The slow unraveling, decay from within. Civilizations rarely fall from a single blow. Most collapse long before anyone notices, not with fire, but with forgetting. Forgetting what made them rise in the first place. As wealth grows, memory fades. As comfort grows, discipline weakens. As power grows, humility disappears. The Egyptians built monuments but neglected innovation. The Romans expanded so far they could no longer govern themselves. The Maya exhausted their land until the land took revenge. The Song dynasty advanced technology but ignored military realities. The British Empire believed the world could never change until it did. Collapse often begins not with invasion, but with complacency. The symptoms of decline: declining birth rates, political infighting, debt, inequality, loss of shared identity, a culture more interested in pleasure than purpose. These symptoms have appeared in every major civilization just before the fall. Every one. The tragic truth is this: civilizations forget what their ancestors had to endure. They inherit the treasure, but forget the cost. And so the foundation quietly crumbles. 4. The shock, the moment that breaks the illusion. Then comes the blow: a war, a famine, a plague, a new rising power, a climate shift, a financial collapse. Most empires die when stress meets weakness, and the society's inner contradictions can no longer be ignored. Rome had the Visigoths, but its real enemy was its own corruption and division. The Aztec faced the Spanish, but smallpox and internal rebellion had already shattered them. The Qing dynasty faced Western gunboats, but centuries of isolation had frozen its progress. Sometimes the end is fast, sometimes it takes centuries. But in every case, the same truth emerges. Civilizations collapse for the same reason they rise, because of human nature. What does history ask of us? Standing at the edge of this long timeline, we must ask ourselves the question every civilization has ignored just before its fall. Are we any different? Are we rising or unraveling? Are we united or fracturing? Are we building or consuming? Are we preparing for the future or assuming it will resemble the past? History forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. Our technologies are greater, but our attention is shorter. Our knowledge is vast, but our wisdom is thin. We are connected across continents, but divided within communities. We can cure diseases, map genomes, explore Mars, but we struggle to find purpose, meaning, identity. If civilizations rise through shared purpose, do we still have one? If civilizations collapse through complacency, are we already on that path? If strength is born from struggle, what happens to a society that fears discomfort more than decline? These are not abstract questions. They are mirrors, reflecting not only who we are, but who we may become. What the rise and fall reveals about us. Civilizations are not stones or monuments or borders. They are reflections of human nature. Our ambition and our fear, our brilliance and our blindness, our unity and our division. They rise because we are capable of greatness. They fall because we are human. And in that tension lives the entire story of our species. The wisdom, hidden in collapse. If history teaches anything, it is this. Collapse is never the end. It is the beginning of renewal. When Egypt fell, new kingdoms emerged. When Rome fell, Europe reimagined itself. When the Maya cities fell, new societies rose in their place. After every fall, humanity reinvented itself. Civilizations end, but human creativity does not. Human courage does not. Human resilience does not. In every collapse lives the seed of a new beginning. The choice. Every civilization must make. We are not doomed to repeat the past, but we are invited to learn from it. A civilization survives not through wealth, but through wisdom. Not through expansion, but through balance. Not through comfort, but through character. Not through monuments, but through meaning. Not through strength alone, but through purpose shared by all. If we remember these lessons, we do not merely avoid collapse. We rise stronger than before. The story continues. Civilizations rise because humans dare to dream together. They collapse because we forget who we are. And somewhere between those two forces lies the future we are building right now. History is not warning us. History is asking us, what kind of civilization will we choose to be? And the answer begins not with nations, or kings, or empires, but with us. If you found this exploration insightful, give this video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Timeless Questions channel for more deep dives into philosophy, history, and human nature. Because the questions may be ancient, but the wisdom is timeless.